Greetings, race fans, and welcome to race number 2 of the NASCAR Oreo Truck Series here at Phoenix International Raceway. And before we give the starting lineup, I took the opportunity here today, just before these race cars went out onto the racetrack, to see what the track was like. So let's give you a lap around this racetrack.
Okay, so we're coming around to the start-finish line here. The track conditions really are very, very slick. I'd be surprised if some of these trucks did not hit the wall here today. You go down here into turn number 1, you want to be off the brake and then on the brake as soon as you can. Using this middle line, this seems to be the fast way around the racetrack. And then you come down here, pretty much around the middle of the racetrack. But here's where the tough part is. Right into the brake. You want to be touching that brake as hard as you can. Look at how the truck slides up the racetrack here. I cannot control this truck. And I'm afraid that some of these drivers are going to take the high line 3 wide, and they're going to end up hitting the wall off of turn number 4. But that's a lap around Phoenix.
So that was your lap around Phoenix International Raceway, and as you heard me mention there earlier, that the track conditions super slick, especially off of turn number 4. You get all the momentum coming down the backstretch when you head into turn 3. You come into turn 4 and the car slides up the racetrack, or rather the truck slides up the racetrack. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers will handle that here today. Let's give you your starting lineup. Going to be 16 laps of racing here today. And we are getting set for the O'Reilly 200. O'Reilly coming on board for this weekend. So it'll be the O'Reilly 200 here today. Then the Mobile One Cup Series will have the O'Reilly 300, and then the Snickers Cup Series, the O'Reilly 400. So, Colin Cropley is on the pole for today's race, and in second is going to be Adam Chambers. In third, we've got Philip Stiller. In fourth will be Mark George. In the fifth position, we've got Martin Zakala. Sixth, Christian James. Seventh will be Jake Berg. Eighth, Timmy Pacioli. Ninth will be Patrick Scroggins, right there in the 02. Doug Shears will start in the 10th position. Then in 11th, we've got Noel Stiller. 12th is going to be Vincent Marsh. 13th, Jake Cole. He's a newcomer into this series. And then 14th, Logan Wilson. 16th, Nick Eggleston. 17th, Andrew Gonzalez. 18th will be Alex Filter. 19th, Jordan Hester. Then we've got 19th will be Arnold Columbia, and in 20th, Alex Ban. 21st will be Kenny McCrory. 22nd will be another newcomer, that's Michael Harvey in the 62. Then the rest of the field, we've got, oh, I believe I skipped a car there. Nope, I didn't. Okay, we've got John Worry there in the 12. Noah Cars will start to his outside. Then we've got Anthony Nodder, Sean Galligan, Matthew Rodriguez, actually James Bald, and then Matthew Rodriguez, Chad Skinner, Robert Ban, Matt Smith, our defending race winner. He won at Daytona. Then we've got Wyatt Johnston to his outside, and the rest of the field looks like this: Ben Stern, Lisa Shears, Angel D'Souza, and Anthony McCrory. So we will get up to the front of the field once again. Colin Cropley on the pole for today's race. He had a great top 5 finish at Daytona, and so he's looking to follow it up again here today with a good finish. And a lot of these drivers are actually in the Mobile One Cup Series and the Snickers Cup Series, and so these guys really, a lot of them are getting some good experience for those other series races. And so we are just moments away. We got a little ways before we will have the command to fire up the engines, but let's talk about a few drivers to watch here in the field that may try and capitalize on some momentum from last weekend. Cropley may be one of them. He ended up having the top 5, as I mentioned. But a few of the guys are starting near the back of the pack, such as Matt Smith in the 00 car. He's going to be starting all the way back in this field, almost to the dead last. He was the guy who took the checkered flag at Daytona. He's going to have to, in order to make it 2 in a row, fight a lot of race cars, and he's not going to have very much time to do it either, only 16 laps. Now we've also got another driver who finished in that photo finish with him. That's the Corona Light Dodge of James Bald, number 38 truck. He's going to be starting near the back of the pack as well, and he is really looking for a good finish here today. And also, there are a few other drivers that are up in the top 5 in points that really are looking for good runs. in order to keep their momentum going as far as keeping in the top 12 for when the truck chase comes around. Okay, so we are about maybe 30 seconds at the most away from the command to fire up the engines. So before we do that, we'll just mention that if you do still want to be in this series, we still have rides available. There, I believe, are 36 race cars in this field, so that means we have a total of 6 spots still open. So just leave us a comment if you want to still be in the series, if you're not in this series, and the same can be said for any other series, the Mobile One Cup Series or the Snickers Cup Series. Alright, let's go down trackside for the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
There is the command, and we will get set now to roll off as the Ford F-150 pace car will bring these 36 drivers down to the start-finish line. And I'll tell you what, 2 drivers that really are looking for good finishes here today would have to be Jake Cole and Michael Harvey. They are newcomers. They missed the Daytona race, so here in the O'Reilly 200, they're going to be looking to get a good finish. That way they can move their way up in the point standings, since they will only have 1 start as opposed to the rest of the field's 2 starts, Daytona and here at Phoenix. So Colin Cropley and Adam Chambers get ready to start us off. Green flag in the air. Cropley gets a good restart, or actually a good start, not a restart yet. And it's going to be 16 laps, as we said. Look at these cars. They slide up the racetrack there, but Cropley takes the lead. Looks like Philip Stiller behind him is going to take over the 2nd position. And that will slide Adam Chambers back to 3rd. Mark George now pressuring him for that spot. Let's go back to that battle. It's a good battle here. Chambers stuck on that high side. Oh, he just slapped the wall. So did Christian James. This is what I told you, folks. If they're on that outside line, they may hit the wall, but these trucks are tough. I don't think that's enough to put them in the garage area, but Chambers, you saw him just lose a ton of positions. He lost one to... Oh, we're under caution. We're under the caution flag. What for? Oh, there's Robert Bant and James Bald, who came in 2nd in the standings. There's Ben Stern on pit road. Chad Skinner may have some damage. Anthony Notter may be some damage. Wow. 1 race car there, Robert Band, who did not need a good day. Did not need a bad day, rather. He needed a good day. And it looks like James Bald is out of this race. That's going to be a huge hit in the standings for that race car. Let's go back and see what happened. Well, this happened in turn number 2, and I never even saw this happen, never even knew the caution was out. This is 4 wide. Noah Carts on the high side, Galligan there in the yellow car. That's Anthony Notter getting turned by James Bald. Now, Notter goes down into the grass area, comes back up the racetrack, and this is where the problem is. He comes back up, makes contact there with James Bald, goes up. Oh, wow. That, I believe, was the 33 car that also was hit there. Chad Skinner did get damaged, so did Robert Band. Here comes Ben Stern, hits Anthony Notter. Angel D'Souza does a great job, wow, getting through that. He just barely missed that. And that was indeed the 33 car, which is, not right offhand sure off the top of my head who that was. There's Chad Skinner getting a piece of it yet again. I think Matt Smith may have gotten some of it. Our winner last week. And the 33 car, by the way, since I wasn't able to think of it at first, the 33 car is Matthew Rodriguez. Or the 33 truck. But a lot of race cars involved, including the car down at the bottom of your screen who was 2nd in the point standings coming into this race, James Bald. So we're getting ready to go back under the green flag. We'll go back on lap number 6 of 16. Cropley is your leader. 2 cars in the garage area. They are Ben Stern and James Bald. Robert Band, Chad Skinner, and others involved, including Anthony Notter. They were able to get repairs done to their race cars, return to the racetrack. They'll try and salvage whatever finish they can get. But it's going to be Cropley. Then it's going to be Philip Stiller. Then Mark George, and it looks like Martin Zakala will line up in 4th as we will get set to go back under the green flag. Jake Berg is in 5th. Green flag back in the air. We've got 10 laps to go now. Cropley, Philip Stiller, Mark George. Here comes Martin Zakala and Jake Berg down to the inside of him for 3rd. 3 wide back there for 3rd. That's a great battle. Let's take a look at that as Cropley continues to lead. Here it is. There's Mark George stuck in that outside line. Zakala going to try and take away third. Jake Berg is next in line to take fourth, and then it looks like it's going to be Adam Chambers in line to take fifth if George is not able to... Oh, he hits the wall there, and he's going to lose a ton of spots. Goes from second, or actually from third, all the way back to the sixth position. I believe we are under the caution flag. There's Matt Smith. Oh, look at this. There's Andrew Gonzalez. He almost flips over, but does not. That's Michael Harvey in his first start. Matt Smith maybe was involved. I'm not sure. Only two cars that I was able to see was there, Michael Harvey, and, oh, Andrew Gonzalez is smoking. He's badly damaged. Let's take a look and see what happened to the 54 car and the 62, Michael Harvey and Andrew Gonzalez. Well, here's the wreck. It happened about the 12th position. Looks like Doug Shears was a victim in this, as well as, I believe, that race car back there is the 16 of Christian James. It is indeed. Logan Wilson got a little bit of it. Alex Filter managed to get his race car by. But this car is spinning, and there's nowhere for Andrew Gonzalez to go. He gets into the back of him. Kenny McCrory goes down into the wall. And then here's what happens to Andrew Gonzalez. Whoa, Sean Galligan may have just barely made it through here. Take a look right here. Here comes, oh, it's the 33 of Matthew Rodriguez. Never stopped. And he T-bones him. Lisa Shears hits him. And then he flips over. Oh, he actually does flip over. His truck flips over. Noah Cars does a great job on the outside there, not hitting anybody. Then the 54 of Andrew Gonzalez, thank heavens, is able to land back on all four wheels, as you will see it do right here. But Lisa Shears, we know, was involved. We know Kenny McCrory hit the inside wall. Also, Michael Harvey got a piece of that, and so did Doug Shears and Christian James. Well, let's go back now and see what drivers are going to be going to the garage area, as Colin Cropley still leads. Well, we'll get set to go back to Green Flag Racing on lap number 11 of 16. The drivers out of the race, Andrew Gonzalez and Alex Ban was also got a piece of that. The whole right side of his race car was ripped off, so he ended up going to the garage area as well. Everybody else that was involved, they've got repairs done to their trucks and have returned to the racetrack. So we have 32 race cars still on the racetrack, still on the lead lap. Only